Today's episode is brought to you by Modern Grower. Modern Grower is your source for time and labor-saving farm tools, such as the Paper Pot Transplanter, Quick Click Seeder, and the Jang Direct Seeder. Turn laborsome tasks into free time with tools by Modern Grower. Given that you have all these high tunnels, there's soil in there, replenishing that soil, keeping it optimal for growing vegetables, you're using cover crops. Can you talk a little bit about your cover crop routine that you're using in these tunnels to maintain soil fertility?
When I first started having all these high tunnels, I was all about production. I didn't necessarily grow cover crops in there. Some professors from the University of Kentucky and University of Georgia, and I believe Tennessee as well, they wanted to do research about what are the best cover crops to use in high tunnels. And they asked me to participate. And I'm always in the learning, because you always learn something every year. I'm sure everybody agrees to that. There's always something new every year that you didn't experience the year before. And so I agreed, and so we started growing some cover crops. And we started with growing, the first one we did was iron clay peas, also known as cowpeas. And I noticed that they were very productive. They grew very well. And I loved what they were offering, what they did to the soil in the high tunnels. And so I have continued to grow iron clay peas in the high tunnels. I write notes and I keep notes of everything that I do in the high tunnels. I would think that I soil-rise or I grow cover crops in the high tunnels every 3 years. So every 3 years there will be one rotation of cover crops. Those iron clay peas are ready to go. So by seeding within 4 or 5 weeks, you can till and you can incorporate the cover crop. So it's a very quick turnaround, which makes it very beneficial. Now, the UGA and University of Kentucky also experimented with certain grasses, with millet, with sun hemp, with different kinds of Japanese millet, and there's another kind of millet they used. They experimented with soybeans. They experimented with sun hemp. And of all the experiments that I saw them try, and the feedback that I got from them, and really from my own observation, the iron clay / cowpeas were the easiest to deal with. People have used buckwheat. Buckwheat is very nice, beautiful flowers and everything. You just have to make sure that it doesn't become a weed. But I found that iron clay peas are by far the superior cover crop, and it flows really well into beans. Are not something that we grow a lot of in the high tunnels, although we do grow some green beans in there because we have immense deer pressure outside of the high tunnels. And so I started growing green beans, but they suffer a little bit from the heat. But the iron clay peas is a beautiful rotation benefit to using that as a cover crop for your rotation.
When do you start to incorporate those in? When they're at about 50% flower?
No, actually, way before that. You don't even let them flower. They get about close to waist high, and we incorporate this in. We go in there with the flail mower, and we cut them down nice and fine, and then we till those in. And add, you're going to have some cover crop residue that will dry up, and so it's not like the soil is ready to be used right away. So we remove. You obviously have to put. So as you put the cover crops in, you have to add your drip irrigation. You remove the drip irrigation, you incorporate the cover crops. You put the drip irrigation back on those beds, water them really well so that you can incorporate it a little bit better. And then you do that once or twice, depending on how thick the cover crop was. And what we do with the cover crops, we don't broadcast it. I do 4 rows per bed, and that's it. So we actually would use a hand seeder, a yang seeder to incorporate the seeds in there. And it's 4 rows per bed, and that's all we add. And they get about waist high within 4 or 5 weeks. They germinate really quick. And they love it in there. And so it's been really nice to have that available for us.
Hello, growers. Looking to turn your homestead into a profitable business? Or are you a farmer looking to boost your sales? Check out my book, Sell Everything You Grow. This book is the ultimate guide to choosing the right farm business model that fits your farm, time, and location. Discover which model has the highest profit margins and why diversification is so important. Whether you're selling apples, vegetables, or microgreens, Sell Everything You Grow will help you find your first market or expand into new ones. Get Sell Everything You Grow on Amazon and start selling more today.